Spun sugar decorations are so much easier than you think. I'm going to show you how to make your cupcakes go from ordinary to extraordinary. Let's get started. So what I'm going to do is add this into a pan, and it's just a dry caramel, so there's nothing else you need to add. All we're going to do is put this on a low heat until it melts away. So as this is melting, you just want to keep stirring it, moving it around. So you want to watch this for about 3 to 5 minutes. It depends on how high your heat is. I've got it on about a medium flame. You just don't want it to burn if you have your heat up too high. So keep an eye on it, keep stirring it until it's all melted away. So as time progresses, you'll see the sugar starts to melt. It kind of gets a bit gooey at the edge and you get these lumps in the middle. Don't worry about that, just keep stirring and those will all melt down. So as you can see, most of the sugar has melted. There's a couple little lumps in there, which we're just going to keep stirring until they're all dissolved. So once that's all melted away, you want to move it onto a cloth. And before you can make your sugar decorations, you need it to cool a little bit. So as you pick it up now, you can see it's a little bit too runny and it won't hold its shape. You need to thicken up slightly before you can start making your decorations. So I'm just stirring this around to help cool it down and distribute that heat. And what I'm looking for is for it to thicken up. So when I drizzle it, it holds its shape a little bit as I drizzle it on top there. So you can see now after it's cooled, it's much thicker. It's falling off the spoon a little bit slower than it was before. And the first decoration we're going to do is so simple. So I've got a Silpat mat here. And I'm just going to drizzle different shapes over the top, and then they're going to harden and we can put them on top of any dessert we want. So just scoop up a spoonful and then just kind of drizzle a little shape around. And it can be anything you want. It can be like a little circle, just like that. And then we can lift this up and we can repeat again. We can do anything we want, any design. Some little hash marks this time. Just go across and then go across again. And if you think your caramel's getting too cool, you can just put it back on the heat it up a little bit and do it all over again. So now we've made a few different designs, we can move on to our second little one, which is probably one of my favorites. And this is so much thicker now, which is what you need because this one's slightly more delicate. So what I've got here is kind of a sharpening blade that you would sharpen your knives with. I'm going to pick up a nice big lump like that and I'm going to twist it around. So I'm going to take this underneath, I'm just going to go around like this. So as you twizzle this around, you'll see it just holds its shape around this little sharpening blade and then it will pretty much set immediately. So you can just scoop it off like that. And look at that cute little design. Now that you've made your sugar designs, you can add these onto absolutely anything. So I've got some cupcakes here just to show you how it looks. So grab your little spiral, and then all you can do is just place that on the side like that. And we've got to do a love heart because that's the cutest one, I think. That can go right on top, just like that. And then finally, I like to call it the solar planet design. You can put that on just like that. So there you have it, 3 really simple decorations, all made by just melting a bowl of sugar. So I've showed you how I make my cupcakes look fancy. Why don't you have a go too?